So this is a review video on my long line of tool bags that I ordered off Amazon, and I'm looking to replace that one. So sorry Amazon, but I am going to be returning probably 3 of these and keeping maybe 2 of them. So the first one, I just jotted down some notes here. This one was $26. All of these are about 16 inches wide. This one has these flaps inside on both sides and on the bottom to give it more rigidity, so it's not just canvas. But I do feel like it's still kind of flimsy. This handle is nice because it pivots, so you can get it out of the way if you need to put something tall in the middle. It does have roomy pockets so that they can stretch out so something bigger can go in there. But it doesn't have any like tight ones, which I think you would need, because if you put something that's tall in here, it's going to be flopping out, and maybe we'll find out. But then this one does have a couple loops inside to hold, you know, screwdrivers or something. And these I think probably would be good for screwdrivers too, because they're a little smaller and they're kind of tall. This one was $32, and it's essentially the same size. Width-wise, it's a little bit taller than this one, maybe an inch, and the side is maybe a half an inch taller. These pockets are a little bit taller than the red one, so that's nice. Has the same skinnier pockets on the side. The inside pockets are actually shorter than the red ones. And this handle does not turn, so that could be a problem if you have something that you need to put in there. It has the same side flaps for the rigidity. Both of these are fabric bottom, but they have these little feet, hard plastic feet, and actually I'm noticing this one has 5 and this one has 4, so this one might have a little bit more support in the middle. This one was actually less. This one was only $30, and I feel like I do like this one right out of the gate because it's bigger, for one thing. It's taller pretty much all around, and it's wider by maybe an inch or so. But the thing I like about this one, and the reason why I ordered it, is because it's got a fully hard bottom all the way around, so you can sit things flat in there if you needed something to stand up. Kind of same deal on the pockets. These are all loose pockets. They are roomy, but they're not tight again, so if you wanted to put something in here, it might end up flopping out. It does have a zipper pouch out here, so there's something you really don't want falling out, you could zip it in, which is, this one was expensive. This one is this is $60, and it's the tallest one of all of them. And it also has a hard bottom, which again, I like. Just keep in mind, it could, I guess, crack or something if you're really abusing it. It also has roomy pockets. It has the bigger ones and then the smaller ones behind. What I definitely like about this one is it has this elastic retaining cord. So if you had something in here that wanted to tend to lean outward, this cord would help hold it in place. Oh, this is the one that has the stretchy mesh pockets, which I like, and I know exactly what I'm going to put there, and I'll show you later. It has pockets inside, which are pretty tall, taller than all of the rest of them so far. And these ones are kind of tight inside, so you could hold a small thing that wouldn't probably be flopping out. Right now, this one doesn't want to stay. It keeps wanting to kind of fold in the side, but I think that if you had tools in there, it would keep it more pushed out. These loops on the side, which is nice. It's 3 rows, so if you had one long thing going through here, it would definitely stay put. It's not going to flop out. The only thing is, like, I cannot even get my whole finger down there, so I really don't know what you would put down here other than maybe pencils or pens. And then the last one is, oh, this one was the most expensive. It was $66. It is the widest, but this one I would say is the nicest fabric. This is very thick canvas. It has a large Velcro pocket, which is nice. Probably not as secure as the zipper pocket. Oh, and it has a really big inside zipper pouch, so you could put stuff in there. It has these loops again on the outside, which are wider. I can get 2 fingers in, but they're very low on the bag. So again, if you have something in there, it might tend to flop out. It would be nice if they had a loop up here to hold it up more. So I think that is the gist of it. There's pockets on all sides of all of these, front, back, and each side. So now what I'm going to do is unload my toolbox and try to see what I can fit. And this is like what I like to carry in my vehicle. Some of it might be excessive. A lot of the stuff isn't really going to come into play on like a roadside repair. It might be more than what's necessary. But I also use this just as my toolbox. Like when I'm fixing something on my truck, this is in the back of my truck. I take it out, and that's got most of the tools that I would use on a daily basis for a given repair or replacement or whatever little project I'm working on. A couple more things I guess I should point out on this one is the varying pockets. I mean, this one seems to have a nice mix. Like these are really, they're nice and wide, so you can get certain things in there, but they're not loose. And then it does have a mix of these looser ones, although I feel like these are a little short, so might not hold anything too tall, but at least you've got some room there. And then the inside has the roomier pockets. And I didn't show the bottom on this one. I showed the bottom on the other one, so I'll show this bottom too. So this is the first smallest one that I've packed with literally everything in my toolbox. And I am very surprised. It fit everything, and I do have some pockets to spare. This is what I absolutely need to have to feel secure. Duct tape, of course. Do I need RTV for roadside repairs? Probably not, but again, I use this all the time. Like, this is what I use when I'm repairing. Definitely have some O-rings. Feeler gauges, probably not for roadside, but I like to have them. Probably don't need those. Tape measures is handy, definitely handy. 100% you have to have a variety of hose clamps, because if you blow a hose on the side of the road and the only thing keeping you from a $300 tow and being able to drive home is hose clamps that you don't have, you're going to be bummed. Those are just some crushed gaskets. Don't necessarily need those. 100% I will never go anywhere without starter fluid, WD-40, and some spark plugs, because that'll keep you out of a tow as well if you get stuck in a mud hole or something. I really like to have a magnetic dish so I don't lose things if I'm taking them apart. I don't need a gasket scraper per se for side of the road, but a vast array of pliers, tons. I mean, do I need 6 vice grips? Maybe I do. Let's see what else we got down here. More vice grips. A rubber mallet and a dead blow. Definitely got to have those, because some little picks. So obviously you need a funnel. This is a 1/4 inch drive with a bunch of screwdriver bits in it, so that'll come in really handy. It's nice to have a paint pen. You definitely need a marker, and you don't ever leave home without your expandable, retractable magnet. A variety of screwdrivers, a whole bunch of little pliers. Those come in handy too. A file, don't need that, but I like it. Very important to have something to be able to cut, you know, a vacuum hose or something that you need to put on something. This is my 1/2 inch drive that I like to have for my truck, because some of the things are just big and rusty and hard to turn. Super duper duper important, needle nose pliers. A couple different kinds of pliers. More kind of like a hose clamp type of thing. These are nice because they're flat and they won't damage your hose. This is my favorite screwdriver. If I lost this, I couldn't go on. And then some grease. Dielectric grease is nice to have in case the fuse blows or something like that. You gotta change the fuse and you don't want it to get wet. And oh, also very important, because if you blow a vacuum hose or something, and you know, you can cap it off and keep on keeping on. So I'm really liking the fact that this tiny little thing fit all my stuff. So this is the next one, a little bit bigger than that one and about $8 more expensive. Personally, I would spring for the extra $8 because just those extra, you know, inch or so wider does make it feel a little less cramped. And these outer pockets being deeper, I like that. So here is the third one. This is the one I thought I was going to like the most because it has the hard bottom, but I honestly like it the least. The good with the bad. The good is I like the zipper pocket because then I can take my little things that are not tools and put them in there, things that are in packages, and just zip that up securely. But I'm gonna tell you, these pockets, there's not like a good mix of like small and tall pockets. They're all just really loose, and so some things I feel like are getting lost. My little tweezers are way down in here. I'm gonna lose those. I'm gonna forget where I put them, and none of them are tight enough to securely hold just one pen, one magnet. You have to stuff one pocket with so much stuff to keep it tight, to feel like everything's not gonna fall out. And the same with the inside pockets. I just feel like these pockets are too wide and too loose to hold anything securely. I mean, there's plenty of room for everything. This one is the roomiest so far because it's the biggest so far, but those tools were so loose in there versus putting them in this pocket and, you know, feeling like they're in there. They're not sticking out 3 inches from the side. Same thing with the screwdrivers. These are okay because they're short enough to kind of get in there, but this one, there's no good place to put this one. It's tall, but there's no tight pockets. So this one, I was excited about these stretchy mesh pockets because I thought that they would hold my spray cans good, and they definitely do, so that's good. A little bit of the same issue on the bigger pockets. I feel like some of your smaller things can get lost, but I don't feel like this is as big of a problem because it also has a mix of the smaller ones. I didn't, you know what, I didn't even use that. Let's see, where's my big screwdriver? Let's put that down in there and see if I feel like it'll hold. Yeah, I feel like that would be pretty secure. I feel better about having it on the outside with this there. So everything fits good, and the only other thing that I sort of predicted being annoying is I was right. When you have all your tools in there, it holds the sides out good, but when you take some of the middle stuff out, the sides tend to collapse in. So you see how it kind of narrows your space in there, and you have to always be pushing it out. However, that's not like tragic to me. I don't mind it. It fits everything really well. All right, this is our last and most expensive one. A couple things I like about it. I do like these tighter pockets. They definitely make things feel nice and secure. This pouch isn't that great because it's pretty small and tight, so you can't fit as much in there as the zipper one, the blue one. However, it does have this really big inside zipper pocket, so I put all that stuff in there. It's very roomy, can't complain about that. It fits everything just fine, but again, something I don't like is once you take your bigger items out that are filling in your middle space, these walls just absolutely collapse. And then you've got your screwdrivers sticking out, you know, 4 or 5 inches into the middle of your thing, and I just don't want to have to always be like pushing stuff back. So, and these pockets are again very loose, so they're not holding things tight up against the thing that I'd like. I suppose if I zip this, it might be a different story, but not much different. So, is this one worth $34 more than that one? It is higher quality, but in my opinion, I don't think I'm going to be keeping this one. One thing I wanted to point out is this has a little looping hook here so you could hang something. This one has 2 loops. This one I think has the same thing. It has actually 2 of these looping hooks so that you could, you know, if you had a level or something that you wanted to carry on the outside, you could do that. So what are my picks? I think I'm going to go with this one for 32. Very sad to be returning this one. And I think I'm going to keep this one. It had the best combination of secure, tall pockets, enough space. It is expensive at $60, but I want to kind of go with the cheaper one and a little bit more expensive one, and I'll keep those over time and use them both because I have 2 trucks, and see how they hold up and see which one I like the best.